Hello everyone and welcome to the Time Gaming. Have you enjoyed your journey in the cool list? If you are still indecisive or just starting out, I've gathered deck recipes from our contributors so you can start out even with only cards from BS60. This time it will be Azure Wave from your friendly neighborhood English Wiki Admin and UK Sotos Battler, Ayumu Seiki. So yeah, over to you Ayumu.
Hello, this is Ayumu, your friendly wiki admin who also whips Theo on his ass to get on with his work. Thank you to Theo for letting me record this on my own. I don't know how to edit videos, so this is the best I can do for him. Now let's dive into the deck introduction. The Azure Wave deck depends heavily on the draw speed of the deck and how fast it can increase the counters. Luckily, besides Shark, the deck provides plenty of hand filters and chances to increase counters. Then the endgame is descending Gabble Shark for a complete hand lockdown. With this deck, starting first or second doesn't matter. There are plenty of cards in the deck which you can play on the first turn. While you have Shark in hand, if you can't attack, ideally the best cards to play first are either Inventor Daphnail for core boost or the Nessuses like for Kayak Beach and the Malasami's Divine City for counter increase. It's recommended to attack with Shark whenever you can, even if it's at the risk of getting removed. Because Shark will enter Soul State anyway, it's more important to continue increasing counters and filtering the hand instead of keeping it on the field. A unique aspect about the Contract Descent cards in Azure Wave is that 3 out of 4 of them can descend during your main step. So unlike the other Contract decks, with Azure Wave, you don't need to make an extra attack with other spirits to descend onto Shark and bring it back onto the battlefield. With how fast the deck can be, there's barely any mid-game strategy to talk about. The Azure Wave deck is very straightforward, and the win condition doesn't require any setup except reaching 9 counters. As mentioned before, the deck is all about filtering the hand and increasing counters. So besides Shark, there's also Inno that can also do both actions. Then there's Stream Draw, which is basically an upgraded version of Strong Draw, as it has a destruction effect upon discarding Azure Wave cards, providing the deck more control options. Then there's Entora Umiushi, which can provide core boost and retrieve soul core. Its overcount effect can also refresh itself, so it can attack twice, hence activating Shark's hand filtering and counter increasing effects twice. The retrieved soul core can also be used to descend other cards like Hormone Panther, which gives even more hand filter, or Marshbala, which is a decent card as defense in the deck, especially since its destruction effect can pierce immunity. With the aggression of the deck, by the time you can send out Gabasha, the opponent will most likely be at a very low life count, so one attack of double symbols should be enough to finish off. Plus, Gabashark's overcount effect can destroy multiple spirits and ultimates while piercing immunity, ensuring its attack can get through the empty field. In terms of defense, besides Marshmallow, the deck can also make use of Blue Collision, which is an Azure Wave card itself, and can provide a 1 battle protection. Other than that, since the deck draws most often during the attack step, I recommend making use of cards which can be used from hand. Best example being Burst War Revival. Burst cards as defense aren't quite ideal because you have to wait for one more turn to set them down. If you wish, there are options to further upgrade the deck by putting in cards from other sets. First card which comes to mind is Treasure of the Sea Empire, whose level 2 effect can reduce the number of cards discarded from your hand by your spirit's effect. So, if matching with Shark's effects, you'll be able to draw 2 without discarding any cards. During this period when this is recorded, which is between June and August, there's also the option to play the Nessus, which is called The Summer Means Swimming with Everyone, which allows your spirits a chance to remain after destruction. Being a cost 2 Nessus, it also means the Nessus can be played together with Daphnail on the first turn. If you're starting second, you can even summon a Shark after that, giving yourself 3 symbols on the field to start with. Unlike decks like Blood Crystallite or Gold Cloud, Azure Wave cards don't tie in deeply with the family trait, so along with its frequent hand filtering, the deck proves to be a suitable engine for different blue finishers and blue techs. Choices include the Rousing Sea Emperor Foul Shark and the Time Crown Super Deity Shin Kronos. Both cards can make use of the high counter nature of the deck, and each can finish the game individually, meaning there's little setup required for them. Tech cards may include Granato Golem and the Darkstone Sensi Pirate God Faraomu, which can counter the other contract decks, as all of them use a lot of Radiant Descent. The biggest weakness which the deck faces is hand protection and open zone protection, because Scabble Shark's win condition relies exactly on locking both of the areas. Since the deck doesn't have any cards to disable ending the step through effects, it's very vulnerable against Burst Wall and the Chosen Searcher Alex. The worst deck which Azur Wave could face is the Tarot Galaxians, whose main defense is through the grand skill of the Groundwalker bashing down, plus Steel Moon Mirage can protect the open zone, so the opponents can always put their defensive cards into the open zone once they realize you're using an Azur Wave deck. To summarize, Azur Wave is a good deck choice because 1. It has a straightforward playstyle, 2. It's quick, and 3. It can include non-Azur Wave cards to allow more options in both offense and defense.
If you're choosing Shark as your partner, I hope you have fun building up the Ocean Empire and dominating the meta. That's all from me, Ayumu, signing out.
Okay, thank you, Ayumu. And yeah, I guess that has been everything from us. I'm Theodore, your host, and we'll see you guys again next time. Bye bye.